Hey guys, welcome back. We got Rocky 3's 1982 MGM film here. We're going to do a review. I'm Ethan,
Yeah,
and this is my
I'm
co-host.
James.
And we're going to be tackling the new Rocky 3, or the old Rocky 3.
Or
So,
the old Rocky 3.
jumping right into it, I have to say, this is like a little bit of a spoil. First off, we haven't been
Spoiler
talking
alert.
about these as spoilers, but they're spoilers. Duh. But this is my favorite one in the original 5. And
3
so I'm
years
gonna
apart
be
from the second
I'm
one.
gonna gush a bit. I'm gonna be honest. This is my favorite one of the original 5. Because and at first I have to say, like, jumping ahead, when they do the exhibition fight with Hulk Hogan, and it was
Oh, I
supposed to
love
be
that.
like a wrestler
I
versus him,
love
I
that.
thought, oh god, the movie was gonna be goofy as shit.
No, it was
And it's
good.
got the 80 cheese in it. There's definitely a lot of
There
80s
is
cheese in this
cheese,
movie,
but
like
it's
from
great.
the way he talks, the shit he's bought in this movie. But like at first I thought, okay, once
Hulk
a Hulk
Hogan was
Hogan showed
great
up,
in
I thought,
this.
oh god, the fighting's gonna look like shit, right?
No,
And
no,
it
no.
wasn't. It's such
It
a
was
goofy
really
part of
good.
seeing the wrestling versus boxing, but they were actually hitting each other and doing shit, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
oh shit, they're actually gonna do it. They're actually gonna like make this movie look like they're hitting each other. So that was a good part of the movie.
Funny
But I
thing you
think,
should say that. Don't mind if I cut in.
yeah,
I heard like I think I can't remember what it was, but it was during one of the Hall of Fames in the WWE, and I remember during his speech, Stallone saying that when they were making Rocky 3, he told Hulk Hogan don't like pull his punches, like really hit him. You know what I mean? And what you seen on that screen was they were going at it, like they were
oh
really
really?
hitting each other. Yeah,
No way, that's awesome.
that was not fake,
I
bro.
mean,
They were going at.
it was actually him hitting them.
Yeah,
Frig. The fame, though, I have to say, in this movie, the fame got to his head a bit. Like he
big
goes
time.
out, he buy like immediately you
Oh
notice a
man.
different change in scenery. They live in a whole big ass house now. He's spending money on things like birthday cakes, like double
They
the
bought a
birthday cakes or
dog.
something like that.
Oh, they
He
already
bought a
bought a dog.
dog. He bought a fucking robot as like a gift for Paulie, and
Oh
Paulie's just
my god.
ungrateful as usual. He's just there, which again, he's just
Again,
there.
he's just
Um,
there.
but like the 80s cheese is in the very beginning of this movie. It's so goofy at the
It's
very beginning that
brilliant.
you're like, okay, why is this a good movie? And then it starts. Where it starts is when Mr. T's character Clubber
Clubber
Lang,
Lang.
he basically challenges Rocky and being like, "Oh, you're
He
a
basically
fool. I'll
scouts
pay the
Rocky throughout
fool."
his
He
fights.
basically scouts him out, and he's like, "I want to fight you. I'm gonna fight you, and I'm gonna beat you," is what he says. And
Yeah.
leading up to it, you're seeing the reverse roles of how, here's Rocky basically falling into the
Trap
same
as Creed.
trap as Creed, and being like, oh well, I'm such a winner, and at this point he's won a lot, right? Hasn't he?
Yeah, he
It's like
won a lot of
21 wins or something.
during the montage. He won a lot of fights,
Yeah,
knocking
he's
them
won
out.
quite a lot of fights, and now he's gotten to that point where he's gotten cocky. He's gotten like, he thinks he's better
Complacent.
than everybody else. You see the way he's training, and this training's nothing like what he used to do in the first and
No, it
second
was
movie.
he's
And then you're
flashy and
seeing Mr. T
superficial.
doing pretty much doing everything he was doing in the first and second movie. And then when the first fight happens, he loses. He loses, and he
Yeah,
loses bad. He gets knocked out in the third round.
and
Was it?
Mickey, his trainer, dies.
And yeah, and then Mickey has a heart attack or some health issues, and
Yeah,
he passes away.
he
And
had complications during the Thunderlips exhibition, and like you can tell straight away it was heart related because he says like he grabs his heart and he says he's lack of breath, he can't breathe and stuff like that. So like during the before the match, he was pushed against a
yeah, the lead
like
up to it, there's like all the signs are showing that this isn't right. Things are good. Things aren't going well. And if Rocky hadn't been in that same headspace, he would have called off the fight. And there's a part of him that's like grasping on to the old ways of what Rocky is known for. And but he still goes through with the fight, and he really shouldn't have because he could have been there to help his friend out. And unfortunately, it
but
means
his
his friend passing away. So
but
he loses
his
his
trainer told
mentor.
him to go ahead
His
and do
trainer
it.
told him, Mickey tells him to go ahead anyways, but like Mickey doesn't always, Mickey always is just looking out for him, for Rocky. He knows that he
He
needs
wanted
the
wanted
fight,
to
but at the
retire
same
anyway.
time,
Mickey wanted to retire. He was gearing up to
yeah,
retirement.
people like that don't ever retire though. They just keep going. So
Yeah, it's true.
Mickey's one of the true ones. He's a legend.
He's a
But Mickey
legend.
dies a legend, and unfortunately, this depression kind of sets in, and so
It
now
affects Rocky deeply.
Rocky feels like he's lost his mojo through this film. Rocky feels like not only that,
He
but he's
hits
also
rock
lost his
bottom.
mentor. He hits his rock bottom, and that's where Apollo really does a whole 180 and changes the way he has been. This newfound respect for Rocky, and then maybe he can't be a champion fighter anymore, but he can be a mentor, and so he kind of
And a
fills the
friend.
role of what and a friend and a mentor. Yeah, exactly. So I really like this film, seeing a different turning point for all the characters because
Yes,
it starts off cheesy as all shit. Get me a
it's
photo of a
hilarious.
cheese. Do you like that cheese? Yeah, it's
It
for
just
you, big
gets
boy.
cheesier. I gotta commend.
Because it doesn't get cheesier from there. It's only the very beginning of the film, and the rest of it, you're thinking, oh, great, he's going to fight Mr. T. You always think A-Team Mr. T. He's just a goof, right? No, he takes it very serious during this fight. I mean, he's
No, you
still
don't.
rambunctious in himself, but I think the absolute greatest part of this whole film, and this is a trend for me at least, the
I love his
training. And the
taunts.
training is between him and Apollo. Apollo training him to get faster, to get
Oh yeah,
stronger, to get better, to move a little bit different, and to goddamn block his goddamn face for a change, and bob and weave. And the part of
he
that's really
trains
good.
him. He trains him
Yeah,
like an outside fighter. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
using the jab. Like the previous two films, you barely see Rocky jab. You know what I mean? Use the jab. He always uses his hooks. He was more of a brawler, a puncher. You know, but like
Got that
he was
street fight
actually.
in him, so
This is a whole different like boxing style. You know,
yeah.
he's an outside. He kind of like trains like Muhammad Ali. You know, using his speed and moving, actually blocking his punches and slipping and stuff like that. He was, you know,
He was getting better, and it was the combination of both Apollo's
and
training
losing
and
weight.
Mickey's training, and losing weight and being able to be faster and also have more endurance keeps Rocky in a place where Rocky doesn't have to take a bunch of punches and wait till the opponent's tired themselves out for him to kind of go in and do his thing. That's
He
always
still
kind of
takes
been a
punches though, but
motif.
not as much.
That's always been a motif of Rocky's, but here's the thing: is that Rocky can take a hit. He's always going to be
Oh
able
yeah,
to take a hit. Now he needs to pair that up with all the other shit that he's learning, and I think this film does a wonderful job. I think the greatest part of the film, though, is definitely the running on the beach scenes,
oh
because
yeah,
you're
it was
seeing
great.
Rocky. He's failing. He's losing.
He's running on sand
He keeps losing to Apollo, and they keep showing a training, and they keep getting it, and
and
he's
the
going,
swimming,
and he
swimming
gets
too.
to it. Yeah, he gets to it, and it's just showing it. Not only is it showing the progression of Rocky as a character in terms of him and his training and his fighting, but it also shows the progression between him and Apollo as friends and trainee, and
Yeah,
becoming, enemy becoming your ally. And I absolutely love that part of the film. I'm always a
he actually
sucker
went to
for,
New Delhi to Creed's camp to
yeah,
train.
Creed's
You know what I mean?
hometown just to train. So he's in a whole different environment, and they try to pull the whole race card thing too with
They always all
Paulie
them.
being like, "Oh, we don't want to be here. They're bums. Or, what would they
Well, that's
think?"
just
and stuff like that.
Paulie
Like
being Paulie.
Paulie being a twit. Yeah, fuck Paulie. You'll get a picture of the cheese. Now a picture of Paulie. Now a picture of dog poop. That's what Paulie looks like. He's
He
a
is
cheesy
dog
dog
shit.
poop. Get all three of them now. No, not all three of them. Just the dog poop. Yeah.
Anyway,
So overall, I really think that the lead up to the fight is a lot stronger in this one, and then the final
yeah.
fight really hits
Oh
home.
my god.
You're seeing all of the work, all the collaboration, because that's what all the Rocky films are about. The Rocky films are about seeing the hard work pay off in the end and really come together, and just boom, one finale at the very end. And I find this one really hit home a lot more, because here it is. You're really seeing it, because you're seeing a guy was with everything. Now he loses stuff. Now he's gaining stuff back up, but like a more newfound respect. I love this one. It's my
And
favorite
you
one.
get to
I'm
see
gonna
a
give it
real
a.
pissed off Rocky.
I'm gonna give Rocky 3 a 8 out of 10.
I'm gonna
James,
give it
what
an
would
eight
you
and a
say?
half.
You get an 8.5. Oh, he's going above and beyond. 8 and 1/4. Put an 8 and a 10, and then a number 2 symbol. Yeah, that's James's.
It's
review.
because it was just like you said, the training montage, the whole theme of like loss. The theme for this film was loss, and I
Yeah.
suppose fall from grace.
A fall from grace, but a rise back to,
Yes.
finding your mojo, finding your fucking
Yeah.
your niche. I really like this. Rocky 3,
It was a great film.
1982 MGM film. If you haven't checked out these films, definitely watch them in order.
You
They're much
gotta.
more. They're great films, and as we're
They're not
getting
the worst
closer to the
films in
ones
the
that
world.
they're not the worst, they're not the best, but they're just a great like boxing underdog story
And
and just a
without them,
character
man,
building.
you wouldn't see modern boxing films. Like
Yeah, we'll
this
talk
was like
about
the
more of these
pioneer.
boxing films of what Rocky is once we cap off the series with 6. But thank you guys for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys want to, definitely check out the other reviews. If you haven't checked out Rocky 1 and 2, definitely either watch them or check out our reviews. And we look forward to the next video. Thanks for tuning in.